As the Dutch government collapses over a problem with immigration, as the Polish government prepares for a referendum on immigration, it seems to me that rather than being evasive, deceitful and hypocritical, Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman would be better off going for an international conference and trying to solve this problem of immigration at a global level, or at least a European level, or at least a continental level, rather than going it alone and trying to hedge our bets pretending that we are another version of Australia. Well, we're not another version of Australia. Australia is surrounded by an ocean. We are surrounded by a very small stretch of sea which can be easily crossed, though at serious risk to life because it's a dangerous shipping lane. And because the tides and the weather conditions are notoriously fractious. So it's a short trip from France to Britain, and playing around with the Australian version and using Rwanda as an alternative to the destinations that Australia was sending people to, or is sending people to, is nonsensical. Among other things, Australia was not sending people to a place which has an anti-LGBTQ plus agendum. Australia's system, it may not be ideal, it may have aroused the ire of the United Nations, but it's essentially gay-friendly. The Rwanda system definitely is not. And the Rwanda system is only of value as long as the present government in Rwanda is in place, and that is questionable. Can it survive with a war going on in its back garden which it is involved in? More than that, the Australian system is fairly straightforward. The Rwanda system, we should be taking the same number of refugees from Rwanda, so what exactly are we achieving? We're getting the same number of refugees in Britain that we are exporting. It's just that we're exporting people who have crossed the English Channel in fear of their lives because they're fleeing from Syria or Lebanon or Libya or wherever, Afghanistan, Ukraine, and instead we're going to have lots of Rwandans. What is the point of that? Simply to make a case? A case for what? For the importance, for the furious behaviour of our Home Secretary, for the podium-punching, dispatch-box-hitting Suella Braverman. Invasion! There's only one invader here, and that, I'm afraid, is Suella Braverman, who has invaded good taste and honour and good sense. And she should be expelled from the ministry and expelled, I think, from the House of Commons. Her behaviour falls beneath contempt. And what is that behaviour that falls beneath contempt? It's the failure to prepare for meetings. Every single time she goes in front of the select committee, she's rabbiting around page after page. She hasn't done her homework. This isn't about, it may be about laziness. It may be about, I can't be bothered to get my papers in order. I can't be bothered to read the stuff. I take my ministerial advice from Liz Truss. She who wants a summary and lots of hand movements. But, running an important ministry like the Home Office is not a hand job. It's a serious commitment. And in the end, it may be laziness, but once it's done more than once, it's not laziness alone, it's also stupidity. And for that, she should be sacked. So I think the British government should take a note about Mark Rutte and the collapse of the Netherlands coalition government because of immigration. It should take a note of what's happening in Poland, and it should take a note of the climate across Europe, which would welcome an international conference. I think everybody would benefit.